All right, good afternoon, everybody. We're going to give everybody just a few more seconds to get joined in here. All right, looks like everybody has joined. All right, so good afternoon, everybody. It's December 2nd, 2020. Those of you just joining us back after a holiday week and holiday weekend, welcome back. I hope everyone had a wonderful time eating lots of high caloric food if you were like me in my small gathering this weekend, or last week, I should say. All right, without further ado, welcome to the Pmk Personnel Management Kiosk and MzeroManage overview. This is a webinar designed to talk a little bit about the product and its interaction, or how MzeroManage can make the Personnel Management Kiosk a little better to use, or a little easier to use. So if you are not familiar with the PMK, also known as the Personnel Management Kiosk, I'll give you a few seconds here and we'll go over it. If you are familiar, just sit back, relax, and this will be a review for you. So the Personnel Management Kiosk is a temperature taking device. What does that mean? It means its primary function, or duty in this case, is to take the temperature of the individual standing in front of it and record that event. It does have the option to use facial recognition, which of course I'll touch on that a little later in the webinar here. So as you see here on the screen, there's a couple different versions of this. It does, all of them have the same general purpose and do the same things, so to speak, just a little different format and or footprint in this case. So you take a look here. We've got the pedestal version, which they're all pedestals, but this pedestal version is the average height version. This is about what you would get normally. This is your standard atypical kiosk. That version is very easy to use as far as accommodating people different height. We have several individuals here over 6'2". That does tilt. The head can tilt up, the head can tilt down. It can twist side to side a little bit, but for the most part, you won't need to worry about that. You just adjust it higher or lower for individuals, or you find a happy medium. Same thing with the child height kiosk. It does pan, it does tilt, as well as the countertop in the LED model. The difference between the child height kiosk is it is a little bit shorter. Um, this is designed, in mind for facilities where a lot of the younger, either kids or children, adolescents. I've also heard great things about individuals who do a senior living center or a healthcare facility. Individuals in wheelchairs, mobility scooters, they seem to be a little bit more on the money as far as alignment with the child height. Then moving into the pedestals, we have the pedestal LED. The pedestal LED version features an additional, we'll say it's a ring. It is more of a semicircle, but it features an additional LED ring that will illuminate upon good scans and bad scans. That model also does have a relay, an actual relay, voltage controlled relay built into it. So if you need a relay output for something, all the others feature a dry contact relay. This does have an actual, that's the noise for the relay. You will hear that noise later on in the webinar. But no, so that does have a relay built into it. You can use to, if you want to switch a light, you want to open a door, it's kind of up to you and your team as far as how you want to make it work. Moving right along. The countertop model, it's basically the same as all the other kiosk models. It's just a significantly shorter base, significantly lighter. It's definitely not as heavy as the 45 or so pounds that the full-size model is weighing in at. But this is, easy. It's portable. You can simply move it around from desk to desk, area to area. It's perfect for reception. It's perfect for a desktop in like a classroom. If you just want students to walk by and just, let's go wash our hands, let's use our hand sanitizer to take our temperature, things like that. And then last but certainly not least, the form factor that fits you if you want to have a small form factor. the wall mount with brackets. So this allows you to mount the kiosk up and on the wall, out of the way. There's not a pedestal on the floor. You don't have to worry about anything like that. It allows you to securely bolt it down or bolt it up to the wall. So MzeroManage, what is MzeroManage? MzeroManage is the cloud software, is the cloud control software. It is the cloud view my scans software. It is the cloud change of settings software. It is the home for remote management of the kiosks. It is definitely advised if you had, I would even advise it if you had one kiosk. It just makes life a lot simpler when it comes to pulling reports, changing settings, adding users to multiple kiosks. This is what MzeroManage is designed for. You can have a kiosk administrator control it all. You can delegate certain tasks like pulling reports to other members of your staff. It just gives you a kind of hands off the physical device cloud support. Let's see, cloud support software for the physical device. So we're talking about features and capabilities of MzeroManage. So MzeroManage piggybacks in with all the features of the kiosk. So if you've been using the kiosk as a standalone, or you're on the fence about MzeroManage, it essentially allows you to get some better control or some remote control over the features and functionalities of the kiosk while adding in a few other special features. So just going down the list here, we've got the ability to go online to a web user interface, nice graphical user interface, and you can simply add faces. You can start adding employees. You can edit employees. You can upload them in bulk. It gives you quite a few different options of how to add people. We do have the newest software update. You can add faces on the kiosk, and then it'll upload them to the cloud. And if you have additional kiosks, it'll go one step further and push them out from the cloud to all remaining connecting kiosks. Gives you the ability to log temperatures online, to pull those logs online, to send an alert if a user scans in with a abnormal or a high temperature. Gives you the chance to check and see if a kiosk is online or when the last time it connected or phoned home with the server. Change app configurations and settings from on the fly from remote. Being able to see the dashboard portal, excuse me, with live scans coming through. Someone scans, the scan is sent to the cloud, and it shows up on your dashboard. Grouping kiosks. Let's say you have multiple locations, and well, for lack of better words, you don't really need everybody to look at all 20 locations. You could group those kiosks. Say you've got let's make it. Let's say you've got 3 locations. You've got one here in beautiful Aberdeen, North Carolina, where Meridian's located. You've got one in Washington, D.C., and then you've got one all the way out in Moreno Valley, California. I don't need my people in California to be worried about what's going on in D.C. and vice versa. So I could group my kiosks, and then as I have users added, I can give specific users specific access to specific kiosks. So it kind of keeps people focused on their task at hand, or focused on the reports and things that they need. Excuse me for the gravelly voice. It is 36 degrees here, and well, the temperature changes. Not playing so nice on the old voice box. So last but not least, one of the additional features that the device does have is you do have the ability to mask the temperatures. So if having a numerical value associated with a picture and a face and a name, or even just a guest, no name, just a temperature and a picture, if that's a concern, using MzeroManage, there is the ability to mask or hide or remove the numerical value associated with that, and then only give you the pass or fail. So you only know if they exceeded, they'll only know if they exceeded the temperature, and if they're under the temperature threshold, then bam, you're only going to get a pass. And then last but not least on this list is the ability to turn off local storage on the device. So what does that mean? That means you can actually have the device immediately send the scans to the cloud, and it will remove them from the device itself. If theft of the physical device or anything like that's what you're worried about, I mean, it's password protected. Your face database is, encrypted. But as far as, someone running in and grabbing a 45-pound kiosk and running out the door with it, if you have the MzeroManage cloud storage only turned on, there will be no scans, no temperatures on that device. There'll be no past records. They will immediately be uploaded to the cloud and stripped and removed from the head unit itself. So let's see. So we're going to talk about facial recognition. If you don't want to use facial recognition, sit back, relax, but just kind of keep your ears open because maybe it will help you in some way, shape, or form. If you're planning on using facial recognition, then by all means, sit back and let's go through this because there's some very, 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 very important stuff that we want to discuss in regards to facial recognition. So I think I have a train going by the office. 1 second here. All right, my apologies for that. The engines are always so loud, but we were right next to a train track and didn't want you guys to be bombarded with the CSX going by. All right, so facial recognition. I'm going to kind of jump around here as you see the bullet points on your screen. So if you don't follow, that's okay. I'm going off script, so to speak. The better your image that you can supply for the facial database profile, the more accurate, the faster, and the more reliable your facial recognition is going to be. So I'll say that again for the people in the back. The more of a higher quality and properly formatted photo that you can provide the face database for recognition, the overall faster and more reliable facial recognition experience you're going to have. So that being said, there's a couple of things that go into making a properly formatted facial database profile image. So if you see here from our user example, our user here, smiling's one thing. You don't have to smile. I would not make an unnatural face. If you don't normally smile, don't smile in your picture. If you're normally smiling or you kind of have a happy look on your face, be as natural as possible. Your picture should look like you walking into work at 8 a.m. I held for the applause. But no, so the photograph should essentially be as normal looking as possible. No glamour shots, no twisted perspective where your body's facing one way and your head's tilted over your shoulder. We need a straight forward, looking straight into the lens, looking straight forward, no tilting, no panning, no cocked off to the side, nothing like that. No hats, no masks in the photograph, etc. Just like this, use your example here. I've got my rule of thirds. If you're a photography person, you're very aware of the rule of thirds. If not, this photograph has got a lower third, middle third, top third. We're not going to worry about left or right. But for the most part, I'm capturing everything from the neck to the chin, ear to ear, eyes in the center, looking forward. He's not looking this way. He's not looking that way. His body's not twisted and his head's not twisted. And then the top of the head. If you can replicate this image with your employees or your users, whomever you're trying to do your facial recognition with, off the bat, you're going to have a lot more success than somebody that's trying to use pre-badged photos or like the Life Touch school photos where the kids, they make you look over your shoulder or put your fist on your chin type of deal. So that's one thing. As far as getting the images onto the computer or getting the images uploaded, so to speak. Jpegs and PNG, so that's JPG and PNG are the two supported photograph encapsulation types. You can do a bulk upload, which allows you to, ahead of time, create a CSV file, comma separated values, CSV file of the names, information, all the pertinent details for the employee, as well as prepare a zip file full of the images of the employees. So the way it works with the bulk upload is if the JPEG or the PNG file is named the personnel ID. So for instance, if I was putting mine in there, I think my personnel ID is, I did 8675309, just like the song, because I'm that type of guy. So if this image was named 8675309.png and my record in the CSV was also had that for an employee number, this photograph would be associated with me, and so on and so forth. And that's bulk upload. Now, like I said, you can add people through the kiosk directly, or you can add people line by line. I was hoping to have time to set up a demo, but we had so many new clients added in onboarding sessions today that I did not, unfortunately, get time to power up and connect my demo unit and prepare a demonstration of adding faces and all that good stuff. But we're working on it for a video that we can put online as well. So we'll get some prime footage there for you soon. All right, so back to the nitty gritties. Image size, physical allotment for size, no more than 500 kilobytes. It's half a meg. So you 500 KB or less, like I said, it does not have to be a super high resolution. It's just got to be a decent quality photo. Size-wise, it cannot exceed 4,000 by about 2,600 pixels. So no bigger than 4,000 pixels tall, 2,600 pixels wide. Our example here is about 1,200 pixels by about 800 pixels. So that's 1,200 pixels tall, 800 pixels wide. Let's see. So yeah, I mentioned again, it must contain a face, and the face must fill the frame. Like this user example here. Let's fill that frame. Let's frame it up. Let's capture that. We're worried about the face. We're not worried about t-shirt. We're not worried about the haircut so much, as long as it's in the photo. No tilting, no angle, no pitch. Must be looking forward. Again, cannot stress that enough. Oh yeah, another thing. Backgrounds. As plain and simple and nondescript of a background as you can get, you're going to have a better time. I would not take this in front of a very fancy hotel-like wallpaper. I would not take this in front of a backdrop of a paisley print. I would just try to get as plain, flat, matte, painted wall. I have seen brick used. They did not have any issues, but I would still say that the official stance, a flat, matte surface, flat, matte wall. And then last but not least, the algorithm really can't handle more than 20,000 individual faces. So if you think more than 20,000 individual unique people need to scan in on it, then we might have to separate some of those people out. All right, I know that was a lot about facial recognition, but my goodness, a lot of people like using the facial recognition, and we want you to be able to get using it off the bat without much assistance or help needed. All right, so now we're going to talk about the Startup Video Resource Library. If you not purchased Manage, or you recently purchased it, when your account is created, you're sent credentials as well as a copy of the user guide, startup guide, welcome guide, however you would like to say it. This includes links to getting your unit set up, videos on setting up those units, help desk articles, knowledge base articles, you name it. There's an extensive startup video resource library. There's an extensive knowledge base, which is all available on the website. And I'm actually just going to airdrop it, because every time somebody asks, and so I'm going to beat you to the punch. I apologize because the computer's so slow, because I am streaming. So there are resources. And these resources, let me grab I'm just going to put these in here because no one's asked a question yet, so I can't paste anything. So there's some great resources. There's some frequently asked questions, which are definitely, we want to check those out. I just go ahead and talk about myself. I'm one of those guys, when I buy something, I sit there and I read about it. I do that before I purchase it. Once I've purchased it, you better believe I'm reading that manual up until the day that it comes out. So, for lack of better words, at the end of this session, I'll be sharing with you a couple links. I'll just send that directly to everybody towards the end here. If my machine will work with me, I apologize. But yes, so at the end here, I'll send you guys some links that'll explain some things, make some more sense here in a minute. Anyway, so I'm one of those type of guys. I'm straight up diving in to the technical aspect of it. I'm reading about it. I'm watching YouTube videos about it. I'm seeing who else has bought this, etc., etc. So, like I said, for lack of better words, check out these resources, check out these videos, give them all a look. Go ahead and do some pre-learning or some pre-setup on your side. You'll find that when it comes time to put the rubber to the road, power up the kiosk, receive your credentials, and hit the bricks and get scanning, you're going to be a little bit more prepared. So, like I said, I wish I had time to get everything set up for the demo today, but I've been slam packed all day. So we're going to just kind of discuss a couple things about the MzeroManage manage.meridiankiosk.com. So this is the managed server portal. Kind of looks like this little guy here, and I hate this thing that does this. So it kind of just looks like your typical add a device. If you've ever used Alexa or Google Home, when you add a device, you get it registered, you get it connected to the internet. You confirm that it's got a connection. You confirm that it's able to see this. It's able to phone home. And then once it's done, then you've added it, and you kind of can leave this site for a little bit. Then all the real meat and potatoes, so to speak, takes place here on the MzeroManage view, sometimes referred to as personnel or personnel.meridiankiosk.com. This site here is where you would view your scans. This is where you would pull your reports, pull your entry reports. You can easily pull an entry report and export it as a CSV on this page. You can add and edit. Well, you can remove employees too. You can add, edit, remove faces from the face database in the cloud. That takes place here. You can change the settings on the devices from this website, as well as perform a bulk upload. And as of just recently, you can also do some remote functionality with the kiosk in regards to the relay and access control settings. So you can have it trigger the remote relay or the relay on the device to open a door, turn on a light, do a turnstile that's on the other side of the kiosk. That functionality is there, as well as the ability to reboot the application remotely and to synchronize faces from the cloud out to all connected devices. So all your big scans, all your editing of your settings are going to take place here. Again, I apologize. Wish I had the demo set up, but that's takes a little bit of time to get that going, and I've been back to back booked today. So MzeroManage, let's talk about onboarding and support. So onboarding and support. What is support? So support out the box with the purchase of the device, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 Eastern time, you get support. You open a ticket, open a call. Open a ticket, place a call, get your ticket opened up. However it may be, you're welcome to that support. With new Pmk M0 users, with the purchase of the MzeroManage software for the device, it is recommended that you purchase the onboarding package. Onboarding package is a 1 hour long one-on-one or one-on insert number of team members that you need to attend here training session. We go through the setting up of the devices, changing settings, any questions, any concerns, hey, can you tell me what the best setting is for this? Or I'm working on my bulk upload and here are my pictures. Will these work? You've got an hour of undivided attention with a technician to work with you on this. And this is, like I said, this is before you start using the device. So it's kind of like a preventative maintenance. It's kind of like a preemptive strike, if you will, to go ahead and nip any possible hangups or slowdowns or pinch points and bottlenecks in your setup process. So definitely recommend the onboarding. Definitely. Even if you're, fairly technically savvy, you just want to, there's settings and certain things that you might have questions about, and it would be better that you get the answers before you start using the product instead of waiting to get it after you're, a few miles down the road. So that being said, there is a 20-minute training session. I believe you could have up to 20 people in attendance. I believe that is the cutoff. Do not hold me to that. But you get 20 minutes for you and some team members to get an online training session where a technician will go right through all the setup of the device, how to access the certain features on the device. Again, that's more custom tailored. That's more tailored to the device itself and kind of customized towards the head unit, not necessarily MzeroManage. If you got MzeroManage, you almost certainly need the onboarding package for the length because going between a kiosk and doing an update and getting things connected online and synchronization of this and that and the other thing. It's a little bit more going on there. So onboarding for sure. If you are doing MzeroManage. So then we're going to talk about the expanded support packages. So like we had a customer in the hospital, the hospital setting. They said, you guys have extended support packages because being a hospital, if something's going to break, it's going to break at 10 o'clock at night on a Friday or a Saturday. So yes, I will go through the different layers or levels of support. So as I mentioned before, you get your standard Pmk support, which is included with the purchase of the kiosk, email, hotline, online ticketing system, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. If it's a holiday that Meridian's closed, support is closed too. Then there's the Pmk Select. So this is it gives you the same online, email, phone support, etc. plus 60 minutes of after hours support during the weekdays. So after 5 Eastern, if you think you're going to be having problems, Pmk Select Plan will give you 60 minutes per kiosk per year of after hours support, except weekends and holidays. And it does include return ground shipping if you have a RMA. Pmk Premium builds off that. So it's the same as Pmk Select, you just double the amount of time you get. So you'll get 120 minutes of after hours support per kiosk that you purchase a plan for. And that's all weekdays, no weekends, no holidays, and return ground shipping. Yep, for the head unit, just for head unit replacement. Thank you, Kevin. And then with Premium Plus, you're getting the same online, email, phone support, online ticketing system, plus 120 hours per unit with holidays and with weekend support. So Premium Plus, holidays, weekend support, 2 hours of that dedicated guaranteed time per head unit that the plan is purchased for. That does include 2-day shipping for return of a head unit and 48-hour turnaround on head unit replacement. And then, which is an even crazier bonus, which is like a $200 minimum value charge or equivalency there, is you get a single on-site tech visit. Because, like I said, an on-site tech visit starts at $200 without Premium Plus. So already right there is a $200 I guess for lack of better words, value that's included with that. So if you need a tech to come on site, your Premium Plus is gonna, like, for lack of better words, cover you in any situation that you might be able to get your kiosk into. All right, so we have reached the end of it. Again, I apologize again. I was hoping I was going to have time to get a demo set up for you, but alas, it's been anytime you go away for the holidays, you come back, it's going to be busy. So at this time, if you have any questions, I'm going to give you guys a few minutes here. Submit any questions if you have any. We'll wait and see. So, yeah, if you got any questions about anything, if you want to know a little bit more, feel free to submit your question now. Like I said, I'll leave it open here for a minute or two, and if we don't get any minute two, we'll wrap it up. Yeah, I just sent everybody a copy of those links too. So those links are coming through. All right, so like I said, we'll give it another probably 30, 45 seconds here. Haven't got anything else. Maybe you're a slow typer. Maybe you're still typing. I will give it a few more seconds, and we'll see if there's any more questions. All right, well, if anything comes through while I'm talking here at the end and wrapping up, I'll answer it. But so far, haven't got anything else from anybody. But like I said, we will be doing it. I gotta check the calendar. That's sad. The calendars are so reliant on technology. All right, let's see here. So, yeah, we will be doing it next week, the week after that. Not sure about the week before the Wednesday before Christmas or New Year's, but we will be here next week, same time, same station, same guy, same me. But no, like I said, we'll try to get a good demo going. I sent a link for that webinar. It said webinar. You can watch webinars from the past on demand, and I do some live demonstrations, some live demos on there. So be sure to save that link. And if you want to check out a previous webinar or just skip through it, you can do that. And if not, we'll be here next week, same time, same station. All right. Well, it's been my pleasure. You all have a great rest of the day, and we will see you next week.